Buongiorno, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a full review of the new limited summer edition of Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. This is Capri in Love. So if you want to know everything about this fragrance, how does it compare to others from the range or other fragrances on the market, and would I recommend you this fragrance, so please keep on watching. This bottle really inspired me. Like, this is so beautiful. It's even better than the one of last year and the year before, Summer Vibes, which I really loved. Look at that. So I was inspired and created this whole look and have almost like a matchy dress. So yeah, I love this bottle, love the packaging. They did a huge upgrade with this packaging. Like, look at that. The details, even the plastic, the metal, everything is much more luxe compared even to the one from last year, which was also beautiful and one of my favorites. And if you are new to the light blue line, this is a very fresh summer, citrusy, a little bit floral, musky fragrance. It was released in 2001, so quite a while ago. There are only two fragrances that are not limited edition, which is the original one, the Eau de Toilette, as well as the Intense. All the rest are a limited edition. So every summer, Dolce & Gabbana comes out with a limited edition fragrance for that summer. And this year we have Capri in Love. So let's talk about how this fragrance smells. When I first sprayed this fragrance, I immediately got reminded with the DNA of light blue, specifically the Eau de Toilette, so the original one. So it's bright and lemony and fresh and musky. It seemed to my nose just a little bit sweeter. And they credit only 3 notes for this fragrance: jasmine tea, apple, which is a staple in the DNA of light blue, as well as lingosa. Now you may say, what is lingosa? And I have absolutely no idea. So I actually went ahead and Googled this note to see what it is. So here is what Google said, and I am quoting: lingosa is a rare and exotic fragrance note with a rich, spicy floral scent profile that carries hint of ginger, like lemony freshness and cardamom warmth. Its aroma is vibrant, complex, and slightly sweet. And I can say from this description, the only thing that I can confirm is that I get lemon. Now, in the DNA of light blue, it's lemon and apple and cedar musk. This is, I would say, is the heart, the core, the DNA that makes light blue. And what I can tell you that I am getting a very fresh, almost bitter like lemon note in this fragrance. Now, I can't swear I'm smelling lemon. And I don't think that this flower, lingosa flower, has such a huge dose of this lemon facet, lemon smell to it, that it's the one that it is the thing that I'm smelling. If I have to guess, it's this slightly bitter freshness that is in it that is from the lingosa. Now, I was very intrigued before buying this fragrance with the jasmine tea note, because I am looking for great tea scents and I love jasmine tea. However, I have to say the tea note comes out only in the beginning. Then it totally disappears and you are left with this crisp apple, almost Granny Smith apple note mixed with lemon and a floral sweetness. And here is where I say it's maybe the lingosa flower. Now, there is something that I need to mention when it comes to this fragrance, specifically on my skin. So as I told you, that was my experience with this fragrance. However, once, I don't know why, I didn't change anything. I sprayed this fragrance and in the dry down, I got a little bit a hint of leather on this fragrance, which I never got before or after. So I tried this fragrance many times. I have been wearing it now for over a week and I got that experience only once. And I am mentioning it because I saw some of the reviews on Fragrantica, I think 2 till now, mentioned that they got leathery note in the dry down. Now it could be from the lingosa that has cardamom facets. And again, I'm not familiar with the smell of that flower, but, and they mention in the scent profile of that flower that it has some cardamom hints. Now, cardamom sometimes has a leathery facet to it, a hint. It's just very faint. So could be that, I don't know. So I feel like I needed also to tell you that. Now, again, this was the experience only once, but since 2 people said that they get that, I have also to mention it. So maybe test this fragrance on your skin. The most similar fragrance to this one, to my nose, is the Eau de Toilette, the original one. This is just sweeter and less musky and less floral. The Eau de Toilette, I get a lot of the floral touch, while here it's a little bit more toned down, as well as the muskiness, while the sweet lemon touch is very amped up. So I went on Fragrantica to see what people compare this one to, and a lot of people said that this is similar to another limited edition bottle that came out, I think, in 2016, and it is Loving Capri. I've never tested that one, but you know, Loving Capri, Capri in Love. So it seems like they just repackaged the old smell. I have no idea because I never tested that fragrance. So if you are familiar with it, please tell me in the comments down below, does it smell like this one or not? I will highly appreciate it. And if you are curious to know how does it compare to the last year and the year before's edition Summer Vibes, I can tell you they are different. Like, yes, you have a little bit of the DNA of light blue, but this one, Capri in Love, is much more authentic representation of that DNA. So you definitely get it right from the start. While Summer Vibes was definitely a standout when it comes to the whole line. It smells the most expensive, the most complex. It's also the most fruity because it has a peach note. And it's just so beautiful. So if you ask me which one I prefer, definitely Summer Vibes. I have already a backup bottle of this one because I am absolutely obsessed with that fragrance, to the point that I decluttered all the other flankers that I had in my collection. Now, does that mean that I don't like Capri in Love? No, I actually really like it, but I have to say it's just not as impressive as a scent profile. It's kind of boring in a way, but I would definitely recommend this one over the Eau de Toilette, and I would say also over the Intense, which was one of my favorites until the Summer Vibes came out. However, when we speak about longevity, this is just like the Eau de Toilette. Just it performed a little bit better. Like when I compared it side by side, yes, it did last longer. It did project a little bit more. Like the Eau de Toilette was famously one of the weakest fragrances. This is a slightly little better, but it's not as Intense or Summer Vibes, which had a nice moderate longevity and sillage. This one is just, for me, a weak fragrance. So 2 hours and it's totally gone. So I would say go for this year's flanker only if your favorite one was the Eau de Toilette. So you want something that is very similar to the Eau de Toilette and a little bit less synthetic than the Intense, because the Intense was quite synthetic. It was much more long lasting and has more of a presence to it, but it was quite on the synthetic side. So I would say if your go-to was the Eau de Toilette and you want something that is in the same vibe but a little bit better in longevity, smells a little bit more expensive, because this one definitely, compared to the original one, does have a little bit of the complexity, something special to it that just gives it a richness, I would say go for this one. But if longevity is important for you, or you don't like the Eau de Toilette, you love more of their unique flankers, so maybe the one from last year, or Sun, which was a tropical, so you want something a little bit more different, I would say this is not for you. However, I will give this packaging a 10 out of 10. This is such a stunning bottle. Am I keeping this fragrance only for a bottle? I have to say partially yes. I am obsessed with these kind of patterns. As you can see from my dress, I have actually also a mug with the same pattern. I just love this Mediterranean ceramic prints, let's say. So not a surprise that I love this bottle, but the scent is not offensive and this scent is not a blind buy. So I decided actually to get it. I don't mind this longevity and sillage with very fresh citrusy fragrances. It's just a part of the deal. When you get very fresh, summery, citrusy fragrances and you don't want something aromatic or woody, it's just natural to have a weak longevity fragrance. So I don't mind it, and this line has been in my collection forever. Recently I did a video on my most used fragrances and I mentioned light blue as a line because it has been in my fragrance collection from the beginning of my fragrance journey till now, and it's one of my most used fragrances. So I really like this one. Is it the absolute best? Is this can it compete with the one from last year? No, but I like it enough to have it in my collection. So I hope that was helpful. Tell me in the comments down below if you are a fan of light blue and which one is your favorite. I will leave linked down below all the reviews that I did in the last years of light blue, and I have also a video dedicated on light blue and its sisters, so fragrances that have the same vibe as light blue. So if you are interested, you check the description. And if you are into fragrances and you love reviews on new releases or fragrances in general, then please consider subscribing and also hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload any new video. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time. Ciao.